Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, it feels good out here. Welcome to another installment of Wappingham's Forest, which by all accounts should be at this point Wappingham's winter, but what are you gonna do? Feeling good, looking good, raising the frequency, you know, all that stuff. Keeping the gimbal steady, roasting a bone. These are all things that take place out here in Wappingham's Forest. We don't really know what day it is out here, but who cares? Could be any day, really. Be the first day or the last day of Earth. I mean, I wouldn't know. Like you wake up, each day is different. It's really just because of the sun. I mean, really, if the sun just did not come up tomorrow, man, that's the end of days. But anyway, man, it's a brisk 32 degrees out here. It's invigorating. It really is. That ferocious, deep breathing, tightening up your core, you know, standing up straight. All these things are essential. Already 2 minutes into the stream. Oh, man. Feels like an eternity. But that's what happens when you become an old dinosaur like myself. Literally every moment is like a lifetime. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows why. I would much rather it be snow out here. Like I was saying a minute ago, we had a day of snow maybe a week ago, man. It was really nice. Reminded me of seasons, you know, and how that works. Or used to work. Now in many ways it just goes from 100 degrees to, well, freezing. And that's pretty much where we're at. You know? Modi is who a wolf? Me? The wolf of Wall Street and Wappingham? Yes, I am. What are you, Monty? What is your spirit animal? Is it a wolf? Is that what you're saying? Because I think that's cool. I really do. Good old Marty. What's that dog saying to you? If only you could swim across that river. But you can't, because you don't swim. We've been there, we've tried that. Rottweilers don't swim. Just like pimps don't cry. Pimps don't cry. It's the same thing, but only different in some way. Off in the distance, you can hear the concrete jungle in all its uniformity. Before I start making demands in here we'll let it we'll let 20 people get in here, and then I'll start making the appropriate directorial authorizations. Yeah. Bro, roasting a bone out here is like, it's not easy. You know, it's really not. Oh, but it's worth it. So worth it. All right, come on. Pimps don't cry. No, they don't. Something in the earth smelling splendiferous, huh? Somebody needs to tell a joke immediately in the chat. I think with 6 minutes in, I can start demanding that. Hey, yo, mate. Hey, yo, mate. And the day has begun, officially, now that she's run away. It's a reoccurring theme, but man, having that dog on a leash is more of a job than chasing her down. True story. We're just out here in Wappingham Forest, just whopping, you know. It's somewhat barren out here, but it's still nice. You know, it's got that chill breeze, that little bit of, you know, nippiness. I feel like I should follow them over that hill. The battle of dogs versus ducks has been raging on for centuries. We just didn't know it. They really are natural enemies. Hey, Okie, what you doing, bruh? But you guys had some like important discovery over there. Nothing, huh? Two of you are cheesing awful hard. Pimps don't cry. 8 minutes in. Already got our first, like, 7 people in here. Nobody in the chat, but that's all right. You know? We'll get there. Maybe by the 10th minute, somebody will tell a joke or insult me. No matter what you got to do, you put your opinion out there for the world, all right? The wonderful world of Wappingham. No one knew that's what WWW stood for the whole time. Yep. Wappingham's wonderful world. It's incredible. This whole time, nobody knew. Until now. That's right, Dark Mountains. Yeah. H-E-H is exactly right. Polluted, bruh. No polluted, bro? Damn. Well, we don't need to see that. What's going on in the chat? Are you GBT? We got 2 GBTers in here. View, bot, horrific. You feel better, bro? Go find her. Yeah, yeah, go find her. Yeah, yeah. Pimps don't cry. Yeah, you're just saying random things now. That's cool, man. At least you're saying something, chatbot. And I'm cool with that. I am. Old people, they call me Wappingham. They call me Wappingham. Where can I find a Wappinghammer like that? Oh, you're drinking. Well, you know what? I'm happy to have you here, Dark Mountain. You just drink to your heart's desire. Now we have 20 people in here. We can put out there the fact that at 40 likes, I would do a dance on camera that may very well change the world as we know it. It may create a dance battle that goes universal. We don't know. The aliens may dance. They may not have legs. We don't know yet. Either way, you just keep drinking, baby. As long as it's Viking mead. If it's anything else, then I don't approve it. But that thick, lathery mead, you know, that's where it's at. The message was held for content. That's what happens when you say asinine things, you know? It's hard telling what you said. I don't even know if you know. That's how life is sometimes, man. You don't even know what's coming out of your mouth or out of your thumbs. Hey, yo, May. May. Man, this sun feels incredible. She's officially run off for the first time. We should just start a counter on the screen. No, that's not the rest of the story, Dark Mountain. Not at all. So much more to the story. Hey, yo, May. It's too early in the game for this. Hey, yo, May. Gone with the wind. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy myself out here because if I don't, somebody else will. You know? Yeah, Woods was the best, Dark Mountain. Woods was the best. I don't know how we only have one like in here. You would think Dark Mountain's illustrious commentary would have. There she is, way up there. How did you end up? I don't get it. I could have sworn she was at my 6 o'clock, but hey, man, what do I know? Yeah, I like the woods too, Dark Mountain. I agree. Just not at night. Just not at night. You feel better? 15 minutes into the stream. Feeling good, looking good. Self-motivation, you know, all these things. 369, 12, 15, 18, all those numbers. Looking up at the sky like a big pizza pie. It's rejuvenating, really it is. How blue that is. Feels like a hologram. Probably just a huge screensaver. I would say. Yeah, that's my opinion. The hell are you talking about? Yeah, they're weak. Very weak. Excuse me. Man, this one spot right here where the sun is has me feeling like I'm leveling up. Like I just grew 2 inches. It's kind of crazy. They call me Whopping Ham. They call it Whopping Ham. Show the sky. You want to see the sky? There's the sky, baby. Look at that. Doesn't even look real, does it? We wouldn't know if it was anyway. And that's why 1984 was such a big time book. Because the point in the story was the reality that they didn't even remember what freedom was, man. A sky baby? How'd you know that? How'd you know I was an indigo? How'd you know I was a sky baby? Come on now. Are you spook? You MIB? Or Dark Mountain? Oh, you're SS, and I bet you are SS. You're an officer, huh? The Fourth Reich. I hear you. All right. At least I know how I'm in here with the bot named Dark Mountain. You know, no one else wants to talk because bots don't have thumbs. You know, and that's obvious. And pimps don't cry. No, they don't. Excuse me. Watch us. Yeah, I see you up there on that hill. Who's your king? Okay, I hear you. I'm pretty sure that guy didn't want to be a king, but hey, you guys have to have a king. You know, you can't live without it. You gotta have somebody that's ruling you over, you know? Pimps don't cry. Somebody else needs to get in this chat so Dark Mountain, you know, isn't so prevalent within the chat. Yeah. I can hear what she just heard. It sounded like a voice way up there. It's strange, man. It's like her brain and mine are like one brain. Yeah, my dogs and all that. And even you and your bot-like annex created you too. All your debauchery. Hey, Dookie, what you doing, bruh? Hey. He just fell back. Come on now, son. You're supposed to be the one that's beside me. 20 minutes into the stream. Feeling good. Looking great. Man. See, I came out here prepared today. I have gloves and all that, but I didn't the other day. Let me tell you. No fun, baby. Yeah, they're holding your messages for a review, Dark Mountain, whatever you're saying. It's not conducive to the momentum, you know? Got to get your mind right, baby. Gotta get that mind right. Yeah, man, I've got a scarf wrapped around my face. 14 layers on, 5 socks on 1 foot. I mean, honestly, man, I'm killing it. Gloves. All right, I might have to block your messages because you're losing me, man. You are drinking, you're day drinking, and that's okay. That's fun. It's a lot of fun. Say something coherently, though. Say something that's got some meaning to it. You know? Anything that has meaning. Go ahead. About. Anything about meaning. That's right. See, I gotta keep turning around. He's just gonna be gone, I have a feeling. Chasing one of those dogs across the river. At least you can't swim, man. We'd have a mission. It'd be a journey right there, bud. Whopping high. Oh, whopping high. Oh, that dog's not gonna out loud me. Yeah, that's right. We've got a measly 13 people in here. I guess I'm spoiled. I'm used to there at least being like 14, but that's okay. That's okay, man. I mean, I think Mother Nature is more important than just a few people, but what do I know? It's Saturday, supposedly, so people may be out at Chili's doing big things today, big things. But I'm just out here whopping. That's all I can do as the Wop Meister, just legit find meaning out here. Yeah, see, now you're talking righteous, baby. We're out here to find meaning. There you go, Mountain. That's exactly right. Some type of meaning in life. No one knows what it is. I mean, it could be as simple as just love. It could be the meaning of life, But that's too simple. We got to make it complicated. Let's say the meaning of life is astrophysics, quantum leaps, Carl Sagan, Stephen Hawkins. That's the meaning of life. Newton. Because math, it's all about math, man. I just had this epiphany, man. God is a mathematician. Golly, man. Think about it. It's incredible. Hey, yo, May. Hey, why don't you fall back? Gone. I couldn't pay her with bones to listen to me. She wouldn't. How do we only have one like in here, man? All this rambling I'm doing seems almost like an insult for me to just have one like in here, Matt. And what do you think? I'm from Wappingham Avenue across from Wappingham Stadium. It's probably 3 blocks from Wappingham's domain, and you'll find me somewhere in that vicinity. Yeah. American? The hell you call me? Oh, you're American. You're an American dog. Oh. Yeah. Definitely an American dog. Definitely. But anyway, now that Dark Mountain's gone, we can shed light on the situation. Up here to the left is, in many ways, a place where an undiscovered creature, well, was discovered. The only one of its kind. And you can find this. It's one of the main videos on the channel. Up in this tree right here. A translucent, it would seem to be a shapeshifter, some type of reptilian living in this very tree. Now, this sounds far-fetched, but don't take my word for it. Check it out. Check it out on the channel. It's one of the main short videos. And you can clearly see up inside of this tree that there are eyeballs. All right. Now, when we came back, trackheads can shapeshift. Yeah, that's right. Schmackheads. That's right. They can do that. But seriously, man, no, like all jokes aside, man, up in this tree, 100% lives a creature that before was discovered on our channel. No one knew what it was, and we still really don't. I'm not gonna lie. There's been a lot of hypothesis around it, but nothing that's quantitated, you know. With that said, we'll come back to this later. But like I said, the 23 of you in here, check out that video on the channel and you tell me what you think. Yep. I should just put a camera out here, just literally just facing that tree. It's a great idea. Mr. A has given us our first joke of the day, which is nice. We try to keep it as sarcastic as possible in here, for those that don't know. If you have a joke to tell, mind you, even if it's just a knock-knock joke, you go right ahead, all right? That's just one of my favorite parts up here because, well, it kind of looks like a doorway, you know? This very large tree way up this hill just decided to crumble under the sheer weight of adversity. And that's what we have, is a natural piece of artwork that really you can't find anywhere else, unless there's somewhere out there a tree that has subsequently fallen and made that shape. But it's very random happening. But here before you, man, I tell you, in the summertime when it's like this, the smell, it's palpable. It really is. Really brings a different type of essence to the air. And that's really what you feel while you're out here. You know, you get tough, it builds character. Or it gives you frostbite. Any one of those three. Or all of the above. It really. Still only one like. Like I was saying earlier, at 40 likes, I'm going to do a dance on camera of epic proportions that, well, may cause an earthquake. I don't know. Just throwing that out there for all the bots that are watching. I don't know if they've programmed you guys to give likes yet, but maybe one day. I'm optimistic, you know. I'm very optimistic. Whopping ham. Holy ham. Up here is probably the oldest tree in the woods. Now, I'm only guessing, but I can surmise based off the trunk itself, just how thick it is. Seems like it may actually be But every time I pass this tree up, man, it's like, you wonder what's living inside of it, just like the previous one right here. And this in itself is like a gateway, you know? But, man, when you really look at this, it's beautiful. It really puts it in perspective that we live in a zoo, you know? No matter what we think. The real question is, do zoo animals know they are? Fascinating. We are a half hour into the stream. Just out here whopping. Looking at trees. Feeling the breeze. 90 degrees. It rhymed. Sounded good in my head. And taking this walk every day, it'll change your life. For one, you become a wildling. And by that I mean, you go feral. And by two, you realize that if this is where we came from, then it's probably where we should still be. And that concrete jungle that surrounds you, I wish that was sarcasm. You know, it's not. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's not. Hey, yo, Duke, come here, bro. Hey, bro, what you doing? Being a dog or something over there? Come on. It's like Mad Max out here. For real. It's nice and peaceful, man. Man, if you could only see right above me. If you could only see right above me what I just saw. Come on. It's like something told me to look up, and I did, and there was an object in the sky that I don't think my phone would have picked up. That's the insanity of all this, though, really. Think about it. We don't know what's above us, you know? We don't know what's below us. I live in the mountains, and there was an earthquake the other day. And it's like, if you've never felt an earthquake of like a 3 or 4 point magnitude, it's not okay. I mean, it goes through you 100%. Yeah, so with that said, it's like, I think last year it was like a tornado warning. Once again, I'm in the mountains. So, you know, what's really above us is up for debate. The earth inside the earth, you know, it's probably very real. But yeah, this is really nice, man. So again, I'd rather there be snow, but at least it's cold. It's like 200 degrees for 3 months this summer. Fuck, man. What'd you find right there? What'd you find? Huh? You didn't find anything. Yeah, we're just vibing, man. That's really, it's wild. It's like my home away from home. My escape from the box. And that's really what it is when you're in a house or you're in a building. Anything with a roof on it. It is literally a box all around you, you know. And there's nothing natural about that. You can tell. Because when you're out here, it's just like, man, something happens. I just want to climb a tree or fall out of one, you know? Or both, I mean, at the same time. Whopping ham, ham, ham. See, that's the call of the wild right there. I love that the last comment on the screen says, crackheads can shapeshift. That's, man, you get much better than that. You know? Yeah, you're definitely feral. I'd rather be, you know, feral than sterile. That's my motto, you know? Always has been. Always has been. Man, the sun glaring right there. This is why I'm out here, man. This moment right here. This is why I'm here. Oh, man. Deep breath. Oh yeah, something lives down in there. Guarantee it. Like, can you imagine that? That's your home, bro. It's crazy. What are you happy about? You're a dog. Whopping ham. Holy whopping ham. Ham, ham, ham. Holy ham, ham, ham. I feel like every time I do this, it's a different trail. Like it's oddly the same and not. That is an incredible moment. Just I'm telling you, like, it really is. Just feeling the vibe. You know, kicking up dirt. Sometimes you just got to kick some dirt up, you know. Sometimes you just got to walk hard. Walk hard, far down Wappingham's nature trail. Walk hard, long. That's my creed. Catching a toad. I've been whopping out here like Wappingham. Whopping all day, I'm Wappingham. I don't think you understand who I am. Oh, they call me Wappingham. Whop hard, hard, down Wappingham's nature trail. Whop fast, far. Yeah, I went far with that one, but you know, it felt good. It felt good. And this river up here is a lot higher than normal. If you look up, I just want to say while we're passing this tree is so large. Hey, May, come here. It's really hard to see how big the tree is. Come here, May. You saw her run past it. As we're walking up on it, like that's my hand. It's like, you know, really big. It's a big tree, bro. And it's the only one with algae on it, which is kind of crazy. Now, if you look on the old live streams from this summer, we were swimming down in here daily. I mean, to think of how much higher it is right now, it's kind of wild. Like, even yesterday, it wasn't that high. But yeah, it's nice out there, buddy. Man, the sunlight, just how dynamic it is. It just changes the whole vibe out here. It's crazy for real. Because if there was a cloud, for example, in front of the sun, the temperature would be probably like 10 degrees different, 15. Just from it being blocked out slightly. I don't see how we're only at 1 like still. You guys must not like me, is what it is. That's okay, I understand. I was always told that I was unlikable. Pretty sure somewhere I won an award for it. I didn't like it. I've been whopping all day like a whopping hand. Whopping my life and I whop again. That's why they call me a Wappingham. Whop hard, far, down life's nature trail. We are 45 minutes in. I'm feeling good. I mean, maybe better than good. Maybe I'm feeling exuberant. This tree right here absolutely has somebody living in it. Something, rather. We don't know what exactly, but if you think about how deep that goes up in there, that's really cool, man. You know? That's really cool. What do you think about this? A Rottweiler? Huh? Now, if that wasn't enough for you, check out the doorway in this tree. I mean, I don't have the passcode for that, but Somebody does. And you may just need to bring a Keebler cookie to the front and sit it down and close your eyes, and then that opens up. I don't know, but I want to know, you know? Man, look at this tree. Just keep going from tree to tree, even though these are probably somebody's humble abode, man. You wouldn't even really check this stuff out, man. Like, that's what's inside the tree, huh? Oh, I didn't know that. Look at this. It's incredible, bro. Mother Nature appreciates us out here indulging in the essence. And that's really what we're doing, man. We're not, there's no negative vibes out here, man. Excuse me. And the concrete jungle will try. It will try very hard to rear its ugly face. And you just have to stiff arm it with your elbow, you know? This is the truth. And up here, as I usually say, in my opinion, these two trees signify in many ways how we all should be towards each other. They really do share the same roots. It never gets old saying that. Like a good neighbor, just be cool, you know? I always say the best neighbor is, well, it isn't there, but hey, what are you gonna do? Moving forward. 47 minutes into the stream. Man, I feel like I just started. It's crazy. I don't know if anyone's been here the whole time. Oh, we're up to 2 likes. Oh, man. Could you imagine that? I don't deserve it. Man, I don't even deserve that second like, man. That's for the big timers. Which I am not. I'm just a little guy. Walk hard down life's nature trail. That water's freezing. I mean, like, bruh. Like, nah. Excuse me. Been whopping all day in the whopping ham. Whopping my life like lopping lamb. Whopping that hard in a whopping ham. And then a flopping ham. And flop hard. Hard. On the whopping ham. Nature trail. Ah, yeah, man. This is what I'm doing. That's all. I'm just walking and talking, you know? I don't think we'll be able to do either of those things here in the next 20 years. We're doing the opposite, you know? Me sitting down and not talking. We'll be typing, you know? Who knows what we'll be typing. But just think about that in the future when they look back at the way we all live now. You know, it won't be the same. And it reminds me of 1984 on so many levels, because they'll eventually get rid of history as we know it. And when they do that, it won't exist. You know, even this video documentary in some form could be erased. And it never happened. Even though myself and you bots are here to witness it, it could be erased. Just like any memory, you know? And if, you know, I advise anyone who's actually watching this, check out the channel and me reading 1984 out loud. Which is what I've been doing the past couple weeks. I'm on part chapter 5, I think. You really got to listen to it because George Orwell wrote that book in the 50s, I think, possibly the 60s. I just know it was before 1984. And man, he was on. How he knew what he was writing about was because of what took place in the USSR and took place in Berlin. You know, people don't realize Stalin killed 40 million people with hunger. You know, and then the Germans killed, 10 million with hunger. So that's Marxism. But that's what 1984 is it's how they actually take over and enslave you and make you like it. You know, it's not satire, it really isn't. But unless you've read this book, it's hard to believe why it's the most banned book there is. You're like, why? Just a book called 1984? Why? Okay. Go ahead and read it. Or just listen to me read it. Which is what I prefer you do. And that's on the channel. It's called Wappingham's Storytime Extravaganza. That's what it's called. Yeah. I drank a lot of coffee this morning. Been up since 2:30. Watching the skies. You know. I've been up 30 plus years watching the sky, really. If I'm being honest. Never ends. It's just crazy. All of a sudden people start seeing drones in mass quantities. It's like I've been watching these quote unquote drones since I was a little kid. Now all of a sudden they want to act like it's real because they want to. You know, oh, look at these orbs. Look at this orb. It's not a planet. It's an orb, man. I mean, they just so happen to look like stars, man. We're NASA, don't forget. We're NASA. Yeah, that was my impression of a hippie from Wisconsin. But anyway, 53 minutes into the broadcast, feeling good, looking good as usual. We're coming up to that point where it's kind of like the Field of Dreams. I'm not playing Kevin Costner today at all. I think I'll be the ghost of Christmas Past, and we probably won't go much further than this up here. Just because it seems like when we do, she runs away. She's got more space to go. Probably what it is. But I gotta tell you, man, this is awesome. No matter what, it never gets old. It really doesn't. What are you doing, goober? Huh? You guys happy yet? You look like it. It's the perfect time to roast a bone. If I could get it lit. Perfect time for that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Come on. What? What do you see up there? Huh? Roasting a bone. I didn't say bone. All right, come on. Come on, man. Man, this is nice. I remember when I was young, and I would sneak out. My friend and I, his name was Barry Gaffney. God rest his soul. Only the good die young. But Barry Gaffney and I used to sneak out 2, 3 in the morning during the winter and go play basketball. You know, it would be snowing. Man, it'd be snowing. And it's crazy because when you're blacktop, during the day when the sun hits blacktop, right, it retains heat. So at night, on these courts, on these basketball courts, and you know, it's snowing, it's like, you know, half a foot of snow. But it would be a perfect square. A perfect square on the basketball court. And, man, it's wild because, you know, people don't realize, like, when you're out there in the winter, like the real winter, it changes you. It makes you a better person. And I mean, really, like, not only just building character, but you realize that you're way tougher than what you thought you were. I think is the primary attribute associated with that. Like, I will never forget myself and Barry. You know, we're like 14 years old, right? This is this is like the year 2000, right? And we're out there. You know, it's so cold at first, but then you get to playing, you get to running around, you don't feel it. You know, you don't feel the cold. You know, that reminds me of body surfing. You know, the first few times you body surf, like, you get real good at it, you know. It's like, you're gonna have to drink some ocean water. You don't know that yet. Come on, May. Like, you don't know to get good at surfing, you have to drink salt water. Like, and it might only be one time, but it's like an initiation, you know, kind of like the cold weather in the winter is. But the reason you have to drink salt water to be a surfer is when you're learning how to catch waves. There's going to come a moment when the undertow literally takes you, right? Takes you under and holds you under so long, right? That pretty much the only way to to stay under as long as you are being held under by the ocean is to gulp in water. And that changes the game, changes your life forever. The first time you're held under by ocean water, like 50 feet off of the shore, 100 feet off the shore, just pulled under, and then put on the shore, on the sea floor, with rocks and shells, and just thrown into the sea floor. Yeah, that's a game changer. But it's also when you realize how tough you are, and that you may be an aquatic monkey. I mean, either one, I know we're an hour into the stream, and I'm having a great time, man. Talking to myself, feeling the sun on my face. Feels great, man. This isn't a schizoambulism at all. Sweet Mary Jane. That dog has more energy than 5 babies. Legit. Like 5 strong babies. It's like the same thing as sleeping outside. Like, you really don't know how tough you are until you just find somewhere to sleep. You're like, man, you'll appreciate a mattress like never before. Like, you think you're tough, but then like don't eat for a few days. See if you can do that. That's another one of those game changers, And that's all this is, man. Just out here looking up at the sky. I can tell what this is. I'm telling you, people of the world, we've been duped. And it reminds me of this old Star Trek movie. Okay? This very old Star Trek movie. But it's the newer Star Trek, but Jean-Luc Picard. And these aliens, I think it's called, it begins with an I. But what these aliens figured out is that this one planet, these people on the planet don't age. And these aliens needed to be on this planet. They needed to harvest what this planet was made out of because they were a dying race. Their genetics had washed up and they could no longer reproduce, right? So they had to, and this was only because of Starship Enterprise, so it's only because of the Federation. They were forcing the hostile aliens, or the aliens in need, we'll call them. They were forcing them to, at a humanitarian level, evacuate the people that lived on the planet. in a humane way to evacuate them. So what they were doing is they were abducting them. All right. They were abducting them and putting them in an artificial simulation of their home planet. So these people were unaware that they had been taken and just transferred, you see? Okay. And I gotta tell you, man, it sounds about right, you know, because as we speak, you know, first day of winter. Hey, come on, May. May, come on. First day of winter. You know, I'm looking up in the sky. Man, what's really out there? You know, like where's the wall at? You know, I mean, really, you gotta think about this out loud. Way out there in the vastness of space, there absolutely has to be a wall. See, that's the quandary, right? It has to have started somewhere, especially if what comes from as below, so above, right? As above, so below. So that's the greatest question you could ever ask is what came before the wall, right? But as I'm standing here looking up in the sky and then trying to formulate an idea as to where it all started, I would say this is a dream. I would just say that this isn't even real. This is a memory. It's like an implant of something that once was. Truly. As if the Matrix really is what we think Earth currently is. However, the Matrix is actually an illusion of what Earth currently is. It's very hard to elaborate on such a dark subject. And at this point, we all think that the Matrix movie is a documentary. I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to argue that. But if that's the case, then it's probably not the best idea to have robots doing everything. You know? I don't know if people actually watched that movie. Maybe they fell asleep during the 3 minutes of disclosure when Lawrence Fishburne is telling Keanu Reeves about how we blocked out the sun to try to keep the robots from having an energy source. And the robots just turned around and used us as the energy source. I mean, that's the main catalyst for the movie Matrix, right? Obviously, they're blocking the sun out right now. Come on. I mean, that's blue right there. That's hella blue, right? But any second, there could be hella X's. You know what I mean? Hella X's. Out of nowhere. So they're definitely blocking the sun out. Now, it could be one of several reasons, or if not all of them, but one being the age of enlightenment, two being control of the weather, and three being something to do with the sun being an energy source for maybe AI craft. Who knows? Who knows, man? I just know if you check that out right there, bruh. Hey, Dookie, come here. Check that out right there, how powerful that is. But that doesn't seem real, man. Think of the symmetry. December 21st, right? First day of winter. So the sun just happens to change its axis. It changes its degree today, right? So for the next 3 or 4 days, it's going to be totally different on its axis, right? If you're dealing with the winter solstice, right? That's incredible. That's a clock. Come on, man. It's a Swiss Army watch, man. Literally. So who created the clock? Come on, Duke. I mean, really, it's a great question, but why? It's like who and why? Meanwhile, man, we're just living on a rock, or I mean, a clock. You see what I'm saying? Living on a clock, man. Think about it. Mind blowing. Really, 71 minutes into the stream, feels like 71 seconds. I'm having a great time pondering, contemplating, questioning. That's what we must do. We don't know anything. That's the craziest part about it is they tell us that they know everything. It's fucking wild, man. It's like, don't you guys know we've done, like Dr. Greer said, man, we've done all this Star Trek, everything you see, we've all done it all. It's like, okay, well, all right. Okay. You sure about that? I mean, that's cool. So we've gone out into outer space in the sense of the vacuum of space. We've gone out there as astronauts, going to different planets. That's what you're telling us, Dr. Greer. Okay. You're telling us that it's a false flag operation with these drones in New Jersey and these drones that have situated themselves across the country and the world. It's a false flag. Okay. I'm telling you, man. It just gets deeper and deeper, the misinformation. No matter how far you go looking down the rabbit trail, you don't find any truth, and you won't. The only truth that you have, and you can take this to the memory bank, the only truth that you have is within, and it's with your eyes closed. Believe that. Because everything you're seeing, everything is a program. And I don't just mean in your life, I mean in mine and in everyone else's. How they've connected it all to one harmonious grid, so one algorithm is beyond me. But something created this world for us to see it, to get results. As far as I can surmise, it's specifically for us to create fluids, whether you're sweating, whether you're, mucous membrane, you're spitting, you're, whatever you're doing, man. That's all you're doing is creating fluids, if you want to be serious. They don't ever explain that to us because it's almost too simple. We don't question it. We just know we got to create fluids. But we got a purpose, right? It's like, oh man, everyone has a purpose. Everyone's got a purpose. As an individual, so life's beautiful. Okay, yeah, life is beautiful until you see what's coming out the backside of you. Like, man, that stuff's not so beautiful, right? It's a real question, man. purpose of life is within you. It's literally, the purpose of life is within your very, hey, come on. You know, your very body. It's unbelievable. We're all searching for the meaning of life. It's right there within us the whole time. It's fluids. Fluids. Sounds crazy, but it's not, you know? And everyone wants to deny it because it's a scary thought, you know? They'll say, what's the scary thought? Well, we live in a harvest. But if you look at the verbiage around us, it'll tell you that we do. Honestly, why else would something go out of its way to create something at this magnitude and then not be seen? Like, let's really ask this question, the rationale behind this, right? As I talk to myself out loud on a live stream in the woods, I can look up in the sky right now and tell you that's a hologram. But if I show you it with my camera phone, it looks like a blue sky, right? I promise you it's a TV screen, a very large TV screen. It's got a bunch of moving parts that all connect to one part, 100%. Then the moon is probably a hologram too. The moon is probably right up there with it. And that's why they don't go to the moon, because they can't. That's why, you know? And that's the truth. It's crazy when you can't, in a solid science experiment, when you cannot possibly figure out an anecdote, it's literally, it's none of the above. And it's everything that's the most far-fetched, craziest scenario. I'm telling you right now, for whoever's listening, go outside and look above you real hard. Okay, I'm serious, man. Go outside and look up at the sky real hard, bruh, and you'll see it. It's a hologram. I know. Remember the pattern. I know, Ethan. That pattern that I saw in the sky is really what you're talking about. Yep. Cosmic web. That pattern I saw in the sky, several different evenings that connected the moon to the sky, was extraordinary. And it could either have been a shield, an EMF shield, or it could have been what's keeping us here on the earth. It could have been gravity itself. But whatever is above you, and I mean any of you, you go out there and you look right now and you look tonight when the sun goes down, and you tell me that that's not one giant moving part. Because we've been told, mind you, that this is, you know, outer space, man. It just keeps going out there, and planets and this and that. What if it's not that? Seriously, what if it's a ceiling? Okay, now this leads me to an experiment that was done by college kids a long time ago. These really smart Ivy League kids who had their hands on rocket parts. It's a miniature rocket that they sent out into the sky with a microphone on it, right? And this is true, man. You can look this up. They sent a rocket, these kids, these amateurs, into the sky. I mean, look, man, it went miles and miles and miles and miles up there, and went dung. You know? That's the point. That's exactly right. It was a dong sound. So we're in a dome. You know, Ethan, they're looking for me because I'm looking for them. You understand? Being interdimensional it's not a choice. Hi. Good. Hi, good. We are 80 minutes in, just out here telling you all that we live under a hologram. I can tell you right now, this is the Truman Show. We're all being looked at. And no matter what you think, it's pretty much happening right now across the world. All these local TV stations are picking it up, and military bases shutting down, Pentagon looking terrible. I know you all see it happening. I know there's only 13 of you in here right now, but you know I'm right. I mean, let's really touch on this subject that above us right now, we don't actually have any control. You know? The real question is, did we ever? As far as I'm concerned, you know? It's incredible. Really. It's astonishing what's happening in our country right now. And they just really, what they did is they desensitized us with drones for the past decade. And now we just look up and we don't see those as UFOs. Heck, we don't even use the term UFO anymore, man. But they haven't identified what those actually are. So let's really ask ourselves what's happening right now, right? If it's not an invasion, right, what else would it be? I mean, let's really ask this question. If it's not an invasion of the world right now in our airspace, what else would it be? There's no other explanation. When you have the world leaders coming out acting clueless, they're just playing dumb, bruh. That's the oldest trick in the book. I mean, it really is. We've all done it before, thinking we're slick. But like I said earlier, you look up into your sky right now, wherever you're at, and you tell me that's not a hologram. I promise you that's a television screen above you. And we probably are on a flat earth. I'm sorry to burst everyone's proverbial bubble, but it's the truth, you know? A zoo animal doesn't know it's a zoo animal. You know, it's like a double-blind study. Come on. I mean, it really is. And that's why I'm out here. I'm trying to get you guys to listen to me no matter what I have to project. If I have to go to the top of a building and stand on one foot just so you guys will watch and listen, I will do that because I've seen the truth. I'm telling you, listen, the alien situation is real. We're being abducted, whether it's humans doing it, all right, using robots or robots using robots. Something's doing it. And that's the truth. That's not satire. You know? It's wild, man. Because the dream of falling, when you have that dream of falling, that's when they're putting you back in your bed. You heard it here first. You know, I don't know if Graham Hancock or Dr. Greer has told anyone that. But when you have that dream of falling and you wake up all jolted, you know, you just got put back in your bed after an abduction. You can take that to the memory bank. All right? Yeah, I'm out here. I'm out here looking up at the sky, feeling that presence. That presence that's right there. You know? Isn't it odd that those drones don't come out in the daytime? Right? Isn't that odd? Wonder why. Right. Food for thought. Because we're out here producing chemicals. You know, at nighttime, that's when they can harvest. But really what they're doing is creating a surveillance grid across the world right now. Right above you, a mass indoctrination, really something that's you're going to get used to eventually. You're going to get used to seeing these patrol drones every 10 miles or something like this, every 5 miles, or, every mile. They could do that, right? And what are you going to do? What are we as a people going to do when they activate? Because they're acting like it's not happening, right? And that's how you know what they're doing. So when they activate Skynet right above us, we're cooked. Remember, they will take over without ever firing a bullet. You just remember I said that. Whoever's watching out there. And never forget, above you is the truth. It's right there. Why is that blue? Ask that question. Why is that blue? Right? So the sun goes down and then it's dark. Okay. Gotcha. Yep.
Well, it's because the sun and the Majoigan and the rays of the rays and the reflection of the blah, blah, blah.
Right? Just like the moon. They have no explanation for that either. Right? I could tell you right now what this is. 100%. Because you all know it is. We are about an hour and a half into the stream. I'm out here taking deep breaths, speaking the truth, feeling good, only because I fear nothing. And that's all they can do is install fear within you. Always remember that. Always remember that, man. Fear doesn't exist. Just fear itself, you see. That's the reality. That is the reality, baby. Hey, yo, May. Why don't you go find her, bro? That temperature's dropping quick out here. Hey, yo, May. And that's reality. Yes, it is. God as a concept by which we measure our pain. Yeah. Hey, yo, May. Come on, May. See, there's so many hills around me. She's watching me from somewhere. Sitting back laughing. Like a dog laugh. Whatever that would be. But it's not funny. That's not funny at all. Just ran off. And it's kind of unnerving because I can see so far out here. When you don't see your dog or you don't hear him, it's like, okay, right? You just have to have patience. Yeah, there you, I see you. But she's brown, so she kind of, mixes in or whatever. Man, temperature dropped 10 degrees just within a small, Badooski. And that's reality. Yes, it is. God is a concept by which we measure our pain. Yeah. I'll kick it into high gear. They're moving a little faster. Like the sun's about to go down already. They'll definitely earn a meal being out here. I always say that, but it's the truth. Man. You get home just feasting. Feast mode when you get home. Yeah, but you don't want to get caught out. You don't want to get caught out here without any sun. You know, you think you know what cold is until you don't, you know. But I've had a great time, and I always do. You know, we've only got 6 people in here, but we call that Hobbit Hill, and I think that's pretty cool. Good old Hobbit Hill, man. There's nothing like this, man. She acts like she sees things way up there. It's funny. Because I want to believe that she does. You know? Hey, yo, mate. Why don't you chill? Man, we're up to 4 likes. That's crazy. Doing big things. Big numbers, baby. You know? But hopefully this inspires you to go find a Wappenham forest near you somewhere. Because really that's the goal, just raising the frequency. All of a sudden the sun came out. And that's cool, you know? That's nice. And it's like kind of an example of what I was saying earlier, how quick it all changes. Where that light bulb in the sky is coming from. I feel like I'm in a terrarium. You know? Very strange. Once you see it, it's kind of like we're on Shark Week. You know? We just, you know, 70 years is like a week to another being out there, you see? To us, 70 years is 70 years, you know? It's crazy, isn't it? Cat is strange. I appreciate that. You're an interesting person too. Just because you had enough gumpture to message something. Come here, May. And, you know, hopefully this, you know, like I said, uplifts you and takes you to a place where, you know, you too can find this type of disconnection. The concrete jungle is just that. And you can't walk barefooted forever. You'll eventually have a piece of glass stuck in your heel. So, with that said, all the metaphors aside, just remember, I can only hope I can only hope that we've raised the frequency today, but regardless, question everything. Because if not, nothing will be questioned. I love you.